Recently we noticed some mold growing on the underside of our patio cover. We cut a hole to investigate, but ultimately had to climb up top and start pulling away roof tiles to find out what was the problem. In this video, join us as we document how we fixed the hole in our roof and saved a few bucks in the process. It was rainy season and our house is 20 years old, so it should come as no surprise that leaks were going to start showing up. After all, the sun and temperatures here in Arizona are relentless. We started by looking in the area directly above the location of the leak. The tile looked fine, so we then lifted up 2 to 3 additional tile pieces to see what the underlayment looked like. It checked out as well, no holes or cracks. Because we live on a planet with gravity, we attempted to locate the bad tile or underlayment by moving up the roof line. We would look for cracks or holes in the roof line, and if we couldn't find a culprit, we would lift up a tile by placing 2 crowbars, one on each side of the tile. This would take the weight off of the tile and allow it to be picked up. We started doing this until we came across what was causing the roof leak, a section of cracked underlayment about 12 inches long. We also looked directly above it and noticed a cracked tile at the top of the roof line. It appears rainstorms would send enough water through the tile crack that it started to wear away the underlayment. The job at this point was rather simple. Patch the underlayment, then seal up the crack in the tile. Once we located the leak, we cleaned the surrounding area to rid it of debris. Next, we removed the battens that were over the top of the area we wanted to lay the new underlayment. Battens are the horizontal wood pieces that provide a fixing point for the tiles. We did this with a small circular saw set to the depth of the thickness of the batten. Measure twice, cut once, as my old man used to say. With those pieces moved out of the way, you want to measure the space and cut a piece of underlayment to fit that area. Next, slide the top section of the new piece of underlayment underneath the old underlayment from above. This is done so water doesn't enter underneath when it trickles down. Next, take a hammer and nail the underlayment over the top of the old cracked section. Here we're using plastic round cap nails from GripRite. This product and all the items used in this job will be posted below in the video description. Pro tip: use a kneeling pad to make jobs like this a little more comfortable. Next, it's time to replace the battens. Here, a straight edge is being used to ensure the pieces being reconnected to the roof line up with the pieces that were never removed. This is important, so when you start placing tiles back on the roof, they line up correctly. With the battens nailed back down, it's time to start replacing the roof tiles. Start from the outermost edge of the bottom row. Place the tiles back until the row is complete. Move to the next row higher up, and so on until the last shingle is in place. For the roof tiles that have a hole at the top, take a roofing nail and drive it back through the hole into the roof. For our home, every third tile had a nail hole. Another tip, depending on the shape of your tile, you will want to research where on the tile you can and cannot put pressure. This is important so you don't break any in the process of walking around on the roof. Some time has passed since the fix, and I'm happy to report no leaks. While this repair buys us some time, we're likely going to have to replace all of the underlayment in the next couple years, just like our neighbors who at the time of the editing of this video are currently in the process of completing. Last but not least is a list of all the tools and supplies we use, grouped by must-have and nice-to-have. As mentioned earlier, we've linked all of these items in the video description below. Which, by the way, if you click one of those links and buy something, shortly after I might get a small kickback. If that happens, say 10,000 times, I could possibly pay for a pro to come out and replace the underlayment on the whole house. Because my father-in-law, or I for that matter, don't have the intestinal fortitude to pull that off. Some projects, even for my cheap butt, are not worth the savings.